All right, people, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the. In my hand, I potentially hold the last box of pod season. Of this pod season, anyway. And in this box, there are some spectacular peppers. They really, really are. But I selected one already, and it was the one that was on top. I don't know if Jacob did this on purpose. Now, there are some amazing peppers in here. Look at this. Look at this RB003 with a really strange tail. That's unusual for an RB003. So there's some amazing peppers in here, but the one that leaped out at me the most, and there are chocolate primatalis in here and everything else, but the one that leaped out at me the most was this. It looks like a peach bubble gum. But the reason I selected this, now when you do bubblegum pods, let me give you an example of the differences between a bubblegum pod. Okay, do you see how the stem, there's a yellow pod, the stem comes out of the top. There's no like frilled collar thing around the base of the stem, and the stem is green. On bubblegum pods, the stem and it's called a calyx, that a little a frilled collar that goes around the base of the stem turns the color of the pod. Let me give you an example. Look at this. The stem is the color of the pepper, and that frilled little collar, it's called a calyx, is the same color as the pod. I have seen some bubblegum pods before, but this is the most unbelievable bubblegum I've ever seen as far as the entire stem changing color. That's an amazing bubblegum, and I've just never seen one like it. And I've seen a lot of bubblegums. I've eaten a million of them. That's a lie. I've eaten a lot of them, not a million. But before I eat this one, I'm going to show you some of the other pods just for honorable mention. Here's a primatali, chocolate primatali, and another one, vicious looking primatali. Some T-Rex, some green primatali. Here's there's a mustard primatali. Some gorgeous white pods in here. Look at this thing. What is this? Boy, it looks like a I don't know, peach reaper maybe? I don't know what this is. Just some really, really amazing peppers in here. And the thing that's super exciting, I've talked about this a bunch, but there's something special about late season pods. They're just very, very different. Late season pods, you know, when it's summer and it's super, super hot, the pods, they come to ripeness very quickly, and they'll go beyond, they'll rot very quickly. But because it's colder and the late season, they're on the plant way longer than they are during the regular season, and as a result, they just, I think they tend to be a lot sweeter. They tend just to have better flavor. So this, it's almost a shame to eat it. Like, let me see how this looks in the Robbie vision. Look at that. That's just, it almost looks like it's photoshopped. Doesn't even look real. It's almost a bummer to eat it. Like, I'm not joking you. This is just an amazing pepper. Okay. It was awfully gnarly in the middle. It smells very fruity. It almost has a sweet aroma to it. Here you go. Look at let me pull the calyx and the stem off of this so you can see. It's amazing. I'll eat the pod first, then I'll show you the stem. So, peach bubblegum, Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase E. There is something just so wonderful about late season pods. There was a sweetness to that. They just taste better. Like, I'm not a big fan of dragon breath peppers as far as flavor. They're just not one of my favorites. I had some dragon's breath, some late season dragon's breath that Tom Broom grew that were unbelievable. Hey, a few corrections here. It's Paul, not Phil, from Fire in the Hole. I'm sorry about that. Paul's a friend of mine, too. I felt terrible about doing that. The other thing is, this Tuesday will be the next After the Burn. And my guest will be Mr. Tom Broom from Seriously Hot Peppers. So that will be an interesting interview. So please don't miss that. Now, it really was a delicious pepper. The finish is so good. It's just a lovely pod. The heat on it, I don't think that late season pods are as hot as early season pods. So heat on that wasn't scary. Probably a 7 out of 10. Some would call it a 6. A non-chili head, it would just be problematic. It wouldn't be good. But the flavor is so good. There's just something special about late season pods. They really do have a different quality, a different flavor. You know, and I think it's more evident in the super hot late season pods. Because like the medium pods are always going to be sort of tasty. It isn't quite as dramatic, but the difference between a mid-season pod and a late season pod of a super hot is far more dramatic, far more noticeable, I think. All right, what a delicious pod. Let's see what we're going to do next. I think in the next video, boy, isn't that just incredible looking though? You look at that. It'd be great if it grew right there. There's some other really great looking pods too. This is a erotica, which is a gorgeous pod. In fact, that pod tasted very ahi-like. It was very, very fruity. Like 7 out of 10 for fruitiness. 4 out of 10 for sweetness. No bitterness, no floral notes. Just a lovely pod and super crunchy. Late season pods are so exciting. I mean, the early season pods are exciting because you haven't had them for a while and you're like, can't wait to get burned. Mid-season pods are great because they're so hot. But boy, the late season pods, I think you tend to appreciate them more because you know that they're going out and you aren't going to have them very long. Anyhow, in the description box, you'll see a link for all the normal stuff. Please check out Jacob Deathridge Peppers. Has some pepper still. Links in the description box. Tell him I sent you. Other than that, all the normal stuff. I love you guys. I mean it. I'm Johnny Scoville. By the way, do me a favor, will you? Subscribe to this channel. This is Chase the Heat.